We want to introduce to you a therapist that we are interviewing today who's been in the business about 12 years with Arizona Family Therapy Group, Mr. Garen Griffiths. He specializes in addiction and trauma, adolescence, relationships. He's a wonderful therapist, and we want to pick his brain on some of these topics. All right, so let's talk about, first of all, about anxiety. Talk to us a little bit about what is anxiety, how, and if you could add, how is it affecting teenagers right now?
You know, that whole idea of just being able to have whatever you want right at your fingertips. You can Google this, Google that, you can check on this or that anywhere in the world right now. How does that play on a developing mind?
Well, I think we're figuring that out as we go. You know, we'll get those longitudinal studies in a good 15, 20 years. Right now, we're just guessing, but it's probably pretty negative, pretty bad.
You go back to that 64 study with the marshmallows.
Right.
Yeah, wait and you'll have something better. Well, you don't have to wait anymore.
There's no waiting. It's all instant. And that's the big thing when we're talking about addiction, instant gratification. So we're being conditioned at such a young age to have everything we want when we want it now, and there is no waiting. There's no delayed gratification.
Talk to us about how that plays into addiction. You brought addiction up. The inability to delay gratification, or maybe it's through a media stream, or maybe it's through a chemical of some sort. But talk to us a little bit about addiction, what your experience has been, especially in relation to adolescence and addiction.
Adolescence and addiction is interesting because, one, addiction is an addiction because somebody's been doing it over time. And so I would say not a lot of adolescents I would characterize as full-blown addicts at this point, because they just haven't had the time to do something over and over again with negative results. Mm-hmm. One of the hallmarks of addiction is continued behavior despite negative consequences. The challenge is adolescents haven't experienced a lot of negative consequences to their behavior, whether it's drugs, pornography, devices. They're still living in the pleasure part of it. It's still just the fun. It's still the enjoyment. And so for me, something doesn't become an addiction until, one, again, they've tried to quit and haven't been able to. Mm-hmm. They've continued their behavior despite negative consequences. And so in adolescence, they haven't lost a whole lot, except for maybe some trust from parents or whatnot. So they're bad behavior. So I try not to instill in an adolescent's mind that they're an addict yet. But I teach them what could be coming, because addiction is about instant gratification. Whether you're an adult, whether you're a teen, whether you're whatever age, addiction's all about instant gratification. It's about taking the emotional pain, by and large, and making it go away now. I want to feel better now from all of this pain and hurt that I have, maybe from trauma, maybe from whatever. But adolescents, they're still like, I haven't had any negative effects from this. I'm just enjoying it. Whether it's pot, whether it's, again, pornography, whether it's their screen time. I think the average adolescent's spending 7 hours a day on a screen of some sort.